Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today I'll be trying out some new products I picked up from various places. So please like and subscribe and let's get started. So first off, I always gotta pull my hair back. Oh man. I went on just a little Ulta shopping trip, and then I got some stuff online, of course, but I'm going to be trying them out with a couple other things that I've already had. So first of all, I always have to moisturize, prime. I already did my morning moisturizing routine, and it's already been on my face for about an hour because I was doing laundry and other stuff before I start filming. I'm just using that Wet n Wild hydration primer underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to use my Danessa Myrick's Yummy Skin Glow Serum. I saw she is coming out with a different color. It's more of a rosy tone. I have the color, what color do I have? Main Squeeze. I really like this. So when we were stationed in Florida, I mean, pretty much anywhere else, I was always so oily. And then we got stationed up here in Seattle, and now I am dry, which is a very big change for me from always being oily to trying to figure out what to do with my face and my makeup routine being now dry. And don't worry about that. It's going away. It's just one of those things. So I'm going to kind of let that set in a little bit. Then I've really been liking this Milani Conceal and Perfect primer. It is more of a moisturizing primer. I usually do use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. But I was trying this out. I really like it. It's very moisturizing. It has a cooling effect. And I mainly just apply it just where, of course, my pores are, and just bring it up a little bit. Kind of push it in. But I really like this stuff. And depending where you buy it, it can be cheaper different places. I usually find a couple things, if I get it at Ulta, it's more expensive than if I get it at Walmart or Target or anything else. So I kind of shop around, try to get the same product but save a little bit of money at least. So I believe that's going to be all set. So first thing I'm going to use is not a newer product to me. I mean, I've been using this for a while. It's the Danessa Myrick's. I have it in light 1. It's just a contour bronzing balm, and I like to do this before foundation. Just kind of get it on in the areas I like. And I love this Sephora brush for this. And kind of just drag it up towards my ears. I would usually put more on my ears, but I just got this pierced a couple months ago for my birthday and still don't want to put any product on that. Still in the healing process. I'm just going to add just a little bit down here, not too much, just to give it something. Alrighty. And the next thing I'm going to use is actually a semi-newer product. So due to me moving up to Seattle, and we were always stationed in the South Florida, but all my foundations are just the tiniest bit too dark. But I don't want to go out and buy all new shades, so I purchased the LA Girl foundation mixing pigment. I got the white one just to lighten up my foundation. They do have other colors. They have one for warming up your foundation. They have blue for canceling out yellow tones, of course. And I feel like they have another or one to make your cooler toned foundation warmer. But I really like this. It was pretty cheap. I think it was only $10, and this is going to last me a long time. So I really like this Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer, but it is too dark for me. So I'm just going to add a little bit. I have these little palettes. I love these little palettes. I got them off Amazon. Really cheap. They come in multiple in a pack, and I just kind of clean them off in between. It saves my hand, because I don't know how many times I would put stuff on my hand and you go to wash it off and it still always has a little bit of residue. So I'm just going to add a little bit of product. And then sometimes until I'm figuring out how much to each ratio, I've been putting the white a little more on the side, and I'll just kind of gradually mix it in. So I'll just take a little bit of the white and then kind of gradually mix it. So I feel like, oh, it looks like I actually did add the perfect amount of that white to this foundation. Just gonna kind of put the rest that was on my finger onto my face, then take one of my foundation brushes and kind of stipple that in. I really like the foundations I already have, so I really don't want to have to go out and buy new foundations or figure out a different shade, because when it comes to the summer and I'm outside and the sun's back again in Seattle, I already have the foundation. You can always adjust your foundation accordingly. Like, now if it's like way too dark, then I would buy a different foundation, or way too light, I would buy a different foundation. But if it's just like a shade or two off, you can always add like the cream bronzer or the white pigment. So that always helps out. And it's not a lot of money. It's just, you know, and it saves in the long run. It saves a lot in the long run. I'll throw a little bit of this on my eyes. But now I feel like that foundation just matches me so much better. I know a couple videos ago I used it and I was like, oh man, I just feel like it's just a little too dark. Let me run out and grab it. I do have extra behind. I guess I need to go a little lighter since I'm mixing the other pigment in. But it looks so much better, and it does not alter the formula whatsoever that I've seen so far. I used it on my Maybelline, what are you? My Maybelline Superstay. I've used it with this. I still get the nice glowy finish, but you know, it brings down the color just a little bit, and I feel like it still works and stays, you know, on the skin just as long as it always has. Alrighty, so my next thing I'm gonna do is, of course, my color correction because of my beautiful dark under eye circles. And of course, this purple shirt today is not helping at all, but I wanted a little bit of something. We actually have a little bit of sunshine here in Seattle today, which is awesome. So, but it's still cold. It was ice outside this morning, but I still wanted a little bit of color. I'm not always wearing black. I wear black for work every day. It's part of our uniform, what I do for work. So I was like, let me add a little bit of color. Not too much, but just a little. So I did need to bump down on my concealer. LA Girl does have, it's the same as this color corrector. They have it in white, but they were out of it at my Ulta, so I didn't get that. So, but I did just go ahead and I wanted to try the Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer, and I got a little bit lighter shade. So we'll see how this goes, but I've used it a couple times. Ooh. So we'll see. It's a nice shade. We'll see if it's a little too light. If all else fails, I could throw a dot of my Natasha Denona, which is might be a tiniest bit too dark, but not really. So we'll see what this does. But I just always just take my concealer brush and just press it in. It's always so hard to find new concealers and foundations for me because, you know, I don't want to waste my money or product trying a whole bunch of different things. As you could tell, I'm newer to YouTube, very much newer, and, you know, it adds up. And I don't want to be wasteful. That's another thing. A lot of times, you know, people will try so much stuff, or I see people try a lot of things and they don't like it, and I don't really know anyone up here to be able to like give it to try out or use themselves. So I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to waste product. Well, that actually, it looked a little light. I think it's perfect. Yay me. And it was in the color, where did I put you? In the color vanilla, and I have more of a neutral undertone. Light neutral undertone. Sweet. I love it when it matches. It's always a little goal for me. Let's see. So my next is going to be, let's see. I have a new Patrick Ta blush, but I'm going to wait on that. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face with my favorite powder, my Mario powder. It's in neutral light. I really love this stuff. I used to use the the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom, but sometimes I feel like it is a little heavy, and I did get the Cherry Blossom. Think it'll help with my color correction, but this is great in the summer for me. I need this in the winter because I'm so dry right now that this is too drying on my skin, but I will go back and start using this again in the summer once I probably start getting a little oilier again. Maybe, I don't know, figuring it out. We just moved here in July and I was oily at the time, but we'll see what this summer brings. But it's very different, but I love it. It is so beautiful up here. Even with the ice, I don't care. It's beautiful. Everyone at work thinks I'm crazy. Of course, they're all from here, but I'm like, it's just so pretty. And I could just see Mount Rainier if it's not too cloudy every day. And I love seeing Mount Rainier. Coming from the South, born and raised in Louisiana, and, you know, we don't have anything. You could see from miles just how flat it is, and then you come here and it's just beautiful with the trees. It's just everything. It's just so different, and I love it. I love moving around, experiencing new places. We were stationed in Massachusetts for 4 years. We were stationed in Gloucester, Mass, and then Boston, Mass. 2 years each, and we had a lot of snow there. A lot of snow. I loved it there too, but they don't have these trees. They don't have the mountains like they do here. There's some mountains like going up to New Hampshire and Maine, but nothing like they do here. And I love it here. I would love to stay here, but we'll probably, after my husband retires out of the military, I'm just going to kind of lightly put this on the areas I don't need to really set. Once my husband does get out of the military, we will probably have to move from here. It is very expensive to live up here, but I'm thankful to be able to have the chance to, you know, see this area of the country and, you know, meet new people and experience a different way of life. But I'm always thankful for that. So my next thing today is going to be my Nabla bronzer. I love this bronzer. I was looking on Ulta to try to find a new bronzer, a like cool tones. I do have one other cooler tone bronzer, and sorry, I'm getting it out of my drawer. It's by Flower Beauty. It's the Heat Wave bronzer. It's a luminous brown. My cap broke. but it's fine. It's fine. This is a very cool tone. If I'm doing a mauvier look or pinkier look, I like to use this bronzer. And then this one's more of a neutral bronzer, and this is in Soft Revenge. This is a beautiful bronzer. It does have a slight sheen to it, glow, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm just gonna set my cream bronzer that I put on earlier. I just find it just makes everything just last just a little bit longer. You know, you set your foundation with powder. I set my bronzer with bronzer. But I don't want a too pigmented bronzer, setting a cream, so then I just find it just becomes a little muddy. So this is a very, very like kind of sheer light bronzer. It's not too pigmented, but putting it on top of cream, I think it's perfect. I don't like too pigmented bronzer. I'd rather have something that's buildable. All right. Then my next thing I'm going to do, I am going to do the Patrick Ta blush. And I have not too much. So I know he just released, I think, 4 new blushes. One of the blushes I am really considering, I'm gonna wait to swatch it in store, but it's the red one. She left me on red. I don't know, something like that. But that is different than what I have because I have a lot of blushes. I love blushes. So I want to try something just a little different. So I have the Not Too Much, and my one other Patrick Ta product that I have isn't a blush, and this one, She's Flush. So She's Flush is more of a peachy pink, and Not Too Much is more of a neutral lighter tone. I can kind of get heavy-handed with this one, so I picked up this one. I love this one. I love them both, and I needed something that they're different enough that I don't find like I'm buying the same blush because they're not cheap, but I do, in my opinion, they work very good on me. I think they're worth it. So I'm gonna just first, I like to add the powder like he does. He's very much, he likes to add the powder first and then the cream on top, and I agree. I like that for me. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly dust this onto my cheek. And I don't go up too high. Today I'm just gonna kind of be a softer look, and then I'm gonna bring it down just a tad. That kind of like boyfriend blush look. I really like that look. I did a reel on it on my Instagram, trying it out, and I really liked it. I do kind of change it up a little bit for my face shape, which I think everyone should try to find what they think works for them. You can always watch a video, get an idea, but always do what's best for you. You don't need to follow a trend. Just do what's best for you. Do what makes you feel good. Now I'm going to use this Insta Cheek brush from Real Techniques. I'm just going to dab it into that cream and then dab it on top of that blush I just applied. This is such a pretty color. And I have to say, I am so glad that he thought of this little flap to cover the cream, to keep the cream and the powder separate. And then I'm just going to kind of bring this up. This cream is also really good. I feel like it doesn't lift anything. It doesn't lift, of course, the blush that it comes with, and it doesn't lift any product underneath. Like if I powder first, it doesn't lift the powder as long as I'm dabbing. If I just dab and push the product in, now if I, of course, you know, swipe, then I might be swiping away product underneath, but just pushing it in, it does not remove any product underneath. And I think that is just the most beautiful color. I'm really glad I bought it. And I did wait until the Sephora sale because I don't like to buy anything full price. So my next thing I'm going to do is, I got this highlighter in from Katie Jane Hughes, the KJH brand. I know y'all hear me talk about it a lot, and I got the color Light Gold. I heard she's looking at making new colors, something a little darker, a little richer, which I love to see. And then of course I got the brush that goes with it. It fits perfectly in there, and you can use these brushes for everything. And I'm just gonna pop that right on top of that Patrick Ta cream blush that I just applied. I don't want to put too much because it's already a glowy blush. And then I just take my hands, and they're nice and warm, and I'm just going to pat them on top to make sure it's nice and melted together. The warmth of your hands do a lot. They can do a lot to product. They can melt it in, they can blend it better. It's the warmth of your hands, the tapping motion. It just works beautifully. So now I feel like it's even more blended in, but you're not gonna be like, wow, look at her highlight. It's just a nice, healthy glow. Then I'm not gonna re-dip into the product. I'm just gonna, I know I have some stuff still left on it. Tap it there. Just tap it where I want a little bit extra shine at. All right, let's see. Brows. I need to do my brows. I have to do my brows. Even though I do color them, I still have to do them every day. They're just very light blonde. I color them with the Just for Men beard. I leave it on for like 5, at the very max 10 minutes. And I just rinse it off. I make sure I do it at night before bed. I cannot go out right after I do it because my skin is stained. But the next morning, after I wash my face again in the morning, I don't have any staining left behind. And I use the color medium brown. But I love this Stick It brow gel in taupe. Then I'm going to take the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen in ash brown, and I'm just going to fill in the little sparseness that, that I have. Just going to draw little tiny hairs. I will forever buy these two brow products. The colors work great. The only thing about this pen, I need to get tissue. I find there's product that sometimes strips out, so I just have a tissue nearby. I don't know why. It is very aggravating, but you know what? I love the product so much, I'll deal with it. I just make sure I have a tissue nearby to kind of catch it. I even store it. I try to store it in different ways to help with that, but I find it still drips no matter what. And I just deal with it. And I've had multiple of these pens and they all do it. So I just make sure I have a tissue nearby so I can just catch it, get it off. I don't like to take a long time on my brows. I really don't like doing my brows, but I really like how it looks after. I'll see old photos that pops up on like memories for Facebook. Pre-brow photos, and I'm just like, oh my god. When I used to like really lighten my hair too. I don't mind keeping those photos around because it reminds me to fill in your brows, and it reminds me to not go that light again. So I'm just gonna, there's a couple of areas I just want it heavy-handed. I break it up. There we go. Super easy. All done with the brows, and look, I can make better expressions. So my next thing is I'm going to be reviewing the new e.l.f. I have never bought one of these e.l.f. palettes before, and I got the Cupid Ethereal, and we know who it kind of looks like and what they were trying to, dupe as they usually do. The Makeup by Mario Ethereal palette. I didn't buy that palette. I kept putting it off, and I'm like, I don't need it, I don't need it. And I bought the Natasha Denona nude palette, which I love, but I still wish I would have bought it. And they don't have it anymore, but they have like the new palette that he just came out with. What's the like moon, the more cool tone with the blue. And now I'm also like, should I get that? I don't know if I really wear it that much. It's so hard, it's so pretty, but I'm trying to cost per wear type of thing. I'm just putting on the Milani eyeshadow primer. Cost per wear is like a big thing to me. Am I gonna wear it enough to get it? And if I do, if I think I would, then I'll get it. But just trying to keep that in check, even though I want to buy all the makeup, all the new makeup, especially when Ulta comes out with every Sunday their new makeup. I'm always on there checking to see what they got, what I want, and then I'm like, I'll put it all in the basket that I want, then I will probably think about it and then slowly edit it. Like, you really don't need this, Lindsay. So, but I've used this palette a couple times. I think it was like $8, so it wasn't that bad. Of course, it's not bad at all. It's ridiculous. But I've used a lot of this color and this one right here. I did it all over the eye and it did a beautiful job. I have used this color and of course this on my brow bone, and they all did very great job. Now, you might have a little bit of fallout from these glitter shadows, especially these two right here. But it's, you know, you always have fallout. Then if you know you're going to have some fallout, then either use a glitter glue from like NYX. I have that glitter glue. Or do your eyes first before your base, and then you won't have that problem. So when you put it on, you don't have that fallout. It's just part of the game. You know, it's one of those things. It is a pressed glitter. So we all know how glitter is. But today I think I'm going to keep it on. I really want to use this color, a little cooler, this pink. So pretty much these right here that I haven't used much of. And then I'm going to bring in this Nabla Cupid's Arrow. And I have a couple of these colors, and this is the new one. It's called Maroon. So I feel like that would be a nice, pretty, just kind of like smudge it on the outer corner. Since I'm going to try to stay away from this color just because I've used it so much that I'm like, I need to try the other ones. So we're going to do that. I already have my primer's good to go. I'm just going to use this little brush and go down to that first cream color and set my brow bone. So I don't go up too high, too crazy. And this is a really nice natural color. It's pretty much my skin tone. Just enough just to set it ready for the shadow. Now I am going to go into this color right here and then kind of go that across my entire crease. Also to kind of like set it. It does pick up and dust up. I have a little bit of, so I'm just going to kind of pop that off. It's just one of those things. This is not an expensive eyeshadow. It's not going to be high quality. It's definitely not going to be Makeup by Mario quality. But if you missed out on the palette and still want that look, or something that's easy to throw in your bag or suitcase or whatever, and you can get an everyday nice neutral look or kind of like glam it up a little bit, that is available. Got a little, there we go, a little something on my nose. So I got that in. Now, a little thing I always do with all my makeup looks is I use this Sephora Colorful Contour in the color First Touch. I'm going to use this little fluffy brush, and I want to go down my nose just lightly, so lightly because it can get out of hand, just to give it a little extra. Tip of my nose. just right there on the bridge, and then kind of like shade it down if I need to, if I went too crazy. But my thing is I love to do is just take this up here, and this, or it's already a little bit of a darker area for me, but just kind of intensify it. Because, you know, if you can't beat it, join it. I love bringing that, and it kind of just makes everything kind of blend together. Very light. It's a very softer look, but that's kind of what I like to do. So now I am going to, a little bit. Now I'm going to use the pink, and I'm going to concentrate that pink kind of like right here in the center part of my lid. This is a fluffier, but it also has a little bit of a flatness to the brush. I got a little cat hair. And I'm going to just kind of press that right there. Sorry if you hear background noise. I live right next to a very busy road. It doesn't bother me at all. Some people I hear complain about the road, but when you used to live on Air Force bases and hearing jets and refueling planes and everything, this is nothing. Doesn't bother me at all. So I'm glad our room is next to the road and not like my son's room or the extra bedroom if anyone comes up and visits us. All right, the next one I'm going to use same brush, and I'm going to go into that cooler tone. Let's see what this does. Because sometimes these brushes, these palettes can pack a little more color than I'm expecting. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm going to kind of bring this over that pink just a little bit. I'm doing a very soft neutral eye just because I have a kind of a louder shirt on today, which will probably be covered by a jacket anyway. And I'm doing a lot of laundry today because I'm off of work. It's Sunday. Usually don't work Sundays, but I do work Saturdays. I work at a hair salon. So I usually work a lot of nights, and I work one weekend day. So, because that's our busiest day. But this is looking really pretty. This is blending out beautifully. This was only like $7. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little Nabla. I love these. They're little. This one I haven't used yet, really. And I'm just going to put that on the very much of the lash line. Right tight lining. Not tight lining, but right on the lash line. Then I'm going to take a little smudger brush. I use this smudger brush for like every eye look every day. And I'm just going to kind of like smudge right over it to blend it in, a little soften it. I should have used a color I've already had. I think it would have looked better, but I really wanted to see how this pigment is in this color. I'm going to use that same brush I just dipped, I used to blend that out. I'm going to go into that color I applied on the outer part, this cooler tone palette color. And I'm going to kind of dab right a little bit on top, kind of where I blended it. You know, I like to try different things. I like to mix cool and warm tones together at times. Sometimes I feel like it just gives it a really cool, different effect, and it's just makeup. If it doesn't look good, you can always figure out something to fix it, or always just throw a glitter on top that usually fixes everything. Or it's makeup, you could just wash it off. So I love to try out different things. Some of them don't work out, and then I take a note of that. But then sometimes I'm like, This is not looking good. I'm hating it, but I don't have time to wash it off. But then I pivot, figure out something else, and then I actually end up loving the look. So just taking a look in the mirror. Now I'm going to take this same pencil and I'm going to throw it right on the lash line underneath, just to about the middle of my eye. I'm going to take this same brush and kind of diffuse that just a little bit. Then I'm going to take that gray again and go right under it to help diffuse it. I'm going to kind of pounce that a little more. And everyone's out today on the road. Now we're going to use glitter. All right, what glitter am I going to use? I feel like I want to use this one right here. Let's swatch it. It's a really pretty, has a goldy, neutral champagne look. I'm going to tilt my head back a little bit and then press this on to the inner corner. Oh, okay. Very diffuse, just like Mario's like glitter toppers. Just trying to think of the word. Glitter toppers. So I'm going to use a little more. So at first I was just tapping it. Now I'm going to tap and then glide my finger over my eye. Wow. Okay. So pretty. It's a lot more glittered in person. Glittered. I'm gonna grab it again. And I could feel the glitter on my fingers. It's not a really big glitter particle. And then I'm gonna just rub it. Oh, I did have a little bit just fall right here, but of course I'm using, this is my awkward side, trying to get it on. I'm gonna get a little more. So pretty. Okay. This was a good buy. Maybe I should try more of the e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes. Let me know if I should get any other ones, or ones that you're like, I love these, really get it. This is good. I really like this. This is beautiful. All right. I'm gonna use a little, because I did get some, where's my little brush. Just a little bit glitter fallout right here, but I'm not really too worried about it. 'Tis life. Glitter gets everywhere. All right. I'm gonna use a little bit of liner. This is just my Sephora brown waterproof eyeliner. I love these. I buy them every time the Sephora sale comes along. I got different colors. I'm not a huge one on the glitter ones. I don't know why. I just like the staple brown, black. I have some green taupes. Oh, the taupe one is really pretty. I should maybe grab that. That would be pretty. No, calm down. Just curling my lashes now with my Shiseido eyelash curler. I love this one. It fits my eyes perfectly. Yes, it was a little expensive, but I use it every single day that I do my makeup. And I just have to buy pads every now and then because you don't want to keep using it. If you get that slice in your pad, that means that pad's ready to go. Then I'll always have a cloth. I clean off my eyelash curler because built up product on there is not good for your lashes. So I'm just going to tight line with this liner. Just kind of keep it in between my lashes. Just to make my lashes look fuller. Right now, They're not very full because you know your hair, it's the same as the hair on top of your head. It falls out and the new lashes come in. So right now they're at the, they just shed stage. And then all of a sudden I'll be doing my lashes. I'm like, dang, my lashes look really good today. Like even before I put on mascara, I just know it's at a good stage. Today I'm using the new Paradise Big Deal mascara. So my favorite go-to mascara is the Tower 28, but I was like, let me try something new. I saw it come out, and what got me was the brush. I like a small brush. I have small eyes, so that's why I like my Tower 28 mascara. It's because also the wand, it's smaller and has a curve to it. I wish this one had a little bit of a curve and not straight, but you know what? I really like the bristles. I did wear it the other day. I wore it a full day, an 8-hour work day, with doing hair and water and product and stuff everywhere. It did not flake, it did not smudge, nothing. So, and then being in Seattle, if it's misty outside, no smudging or anything at all. So first I'm just going to start at the bottom at the roots, wiggle, and pull up. And put one layer down on each lash, each eye. And you can make this mascara really bold, voluminous looking, or you can keep it on the softer side with just one layer. Like if you're doing a no makeup look. It looks really pretty. I mean, of course, my eyeliner is helping, but that's just at the base. So I'm going to go in with my second coat. So I've used this mascara 2 times already. It is pretty wet on the first time I opened it, but I find it's like slowly getting grippier. I don't like to say the word drying out, but it's not as wet. And of course, I never pump my mascara. Ever. I go in, swirl it around, pull it out, wipe off just the tip, and then apply. I think I'm going to stop there. My mom even went out and bought this mascara. She has tiny lashes. She does not have the greatest lashes. Sorry, Mom. But she loves it. She even sent me a picture. She sent me like close-up pictures of her eye. And then she even talked about, and she's not a makeup person. She's really not. She got into it a little bit more because of me being in makeup. But she was like, holy moly, I love this mascara. She's one of those, when she finds something she loves, she doesn't really like look for anything else. She used to wear the, what was it? The Thrive mascara, but she hated having to buy it online. That's all she wanted was the Thrive mascara, but she would have to buy multiple online, and it was kind of a pain. They don't sell it at Ulta anymore, so she wanted to try something else, and she found this and loved it. Of course, she sent me those pictures. I'm like, I already bought it, Mom. It came in the mail. But buy this at Walmart. It was like 12 something. On Ulta, it was like $15.95 or something. I was like, no. So, it's so pretty. I love this mascara. It's still $12 mascara, but you know what? Everything's going up in price. It is what it is. All right. Sorry, I keep looking at a monitor because, like, damn. Lashes look good. Shadow looks good. My next step, I think it's gonna be, I gotta do eyeliner. Well, I've used it a couple times. It's the Maybelline Tattoo Studio eyeliner. This is in the shade Rose Quartz. I know Urban Decay came out with like the Space Cowboy eyeliner, and I've heard mixed reviews on it. try this. So, of course, it's already been used. And I'm going to put some on my hand so you can see it. But look at that. It's so pretty. You could put this all over your eye. It's super creamy, but then once it's like dried, it's dried. It's because it's the Tattoo Studio one. It's so pretty. So I'm going to use this on just my inner corner right here. Look. Without, with. I love it. Nobody's talked about it. Watch right when I'm doing this and everyone's going to talk about it. Not because of me, just because people are going to, you know, things just pop up all of a sudden and everyone talks about it. I love it. It's so pretty. Let's move on to lips. I love these Maybelline Lifter liners. Sorry, I have my chapstick on. It's the Vaseline chapstick. So this is the Lifter liner and On It. Put this on. I'm using a new gloss today, so I'm gonna put this. Oh, crazy. Trying to talk and do lip liner all at once. I'm not skilled enough for that. Oh, crap. Whew. I went a little crazy up top, but it's fine. It's fine. Let that set for a little bit, and then I got the new e.l.f. lip gloss in Money Mauve. I love this cool tone. I already have one of these glosses in the color Rose Envy. I love this color. It's a beautiful, natural, like rosy lip. But I thought this would be beautiful. I'm not a huge person that likes glitter in her gloss. And I know e.l.f. came out. Oh, sorry. It's a lip oil. But I don't like the glitter usually. So when they came out with the ones around the holidays that had a little glitter effects and everything, I was like, But when this one came out, I saw it in store. I've never even seen it yet. And I was like, oh, this is pretty. So this is a cooler tone. Mauve gloss. It's pretty. I feel like you can see the lip by pink right there a little more. But oh, I forgot to set my face. I'm almost out of this. The Revolution Superfix Super Hold Misting Spray. My mascara should be pretty much dry, yeah. And my handy dandy fan. So I filmed this on my cell phone, my cell phone camera, and I keep feeling like there's a filter. And I keep going into the settings to try to figure out where's this filter. I try to minimize everything. I don't do filters. I don't like filters at all, just because I want you to see true skin, you know. So, but I think this makeup looks really good. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. I already knew I loved this, but I wanted to try a different color. Love these lip liners. Have them in every color except for the red and the super, super pale pink one, just because it wouldn't look good on me. Love that inner corner. I already knew I loved these. I just bought another color. Oh, and then this. This is great. It's going to save me money, so I don't have to go out and buy different, you know, shades, and also save me embarrassment of walking around with the wrong color and just looking crazy. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you come back soon. I'll be trying to shoot more videos and on my days off and get them edited and uploaded. But you can find me also on Instagram, Lindsay and Makeup. But thank you so much for stopping by and have a beautiful day. Bye.